boys and girls. I'm Miss Lisa, and we're here at the Fayette County Public Library with the Crafty Corner. Today we're going to be working on our very last of the fairy tale crafts. We are going to be making a dragon shield. Don't you know that in a lot of our fairy tales there are dragons, and a knight comes and kills the dragon and rescues the princess? And so that's sort of where the idea for this craft came from. Now, for this craft, you are going to need some construction paper, some yarn, some Sharpies, glue and scissors, and some foil. You also need a picture of a dragon. Now, if you don't have these supplies at home and you really want to make this craft, please come to the library or just call and we'll bring it out to your car. I have packets ready for you with everything you need. Just need to grab this, take it home, and make the craft. All right, so the very first step is to make your shield shape. Now, this is rather large, so you really could be, the best way to do it really is to have two large pieces of construction paper. And if you don't have two, you could use 4 smaller ones. Just glue it together and then create a shield shape. And so that's what I have here already. The next step is to take your dragon. Now, I chose this dragon because it's very simple. If you choose to do a different dragon, that's fine. Just print out a dragon, and the first thing you're going to want to do is sort of trim the paper back. You don't want it right next to, like you're cutting out the dragon, but you just don't want all that extra paper to have to glue down on your shield. So we're just going to create this shape around the dragon so that we get rid of that extra paper. Okay, then what we're going to do is glue your dragon down in the center of your shield shape. Don't stick it too close to the bottom or too close to the top, but try to center it as best you can. And take your glue and just scribble that glue on the back. Don't glomp it, just scribble it so that it will stick to your shield. There we go. So there's our first step. Now, this is the fun step. We're going to take the yarn and we are going to glue the yarn to the outside shape of the dragon. And then what we're going to do is put the foil on top and then color it. Now, the yarn that you use, the fluffier your yarn is, the more it's going to stick out from the foil. So you don't have to do every single line, especially like his toes. That would be really hard to get all those details. And I'm just going to go around his head here and then make 2 little triangles up here for his ears. You definitely want to make sure you get all of the wing bars, because that is so fun to color, to make a colorful dragon. Alright, we almost got all the glue in. Don't forget the tail, so you're going to want to come down here and do that. Alright, so the gluing is all done. Now we get to lay the yarn in the glue. And I'm going to start right here with his wing, and I'm just going to take it around and pinch it a little bit where it's pointed. And just keep going around the outside of the dragon. And this takes a while and you might get a little sticky, but that's okay. I'm going to stick this last part right there. And I'm going to just trim that piece off. Okay, so there's that part of that. Now we'll do his neck. Go around his head. Come down this side. Now, if you want all those little scales to poof out, you could put yarn there, but I'm just going to not do that today. I'm going to come around here and make 1 big toe, 1 big foot, and come back this way. This part gets a little tricky because you get all sticky and the glue sticks to the yarn and you stick to the yarn, but it's fun. Okay, so I'm going to cut that little part off. Alright, we're close to being done. For the wings, you're just going to need to measure it and cut it, and lay it down in the glue. Measure it here. Give it a little cut. Okay, let's see if we get this curved part. See, I'm starting to stick to the yarn. Oh, came loose there, but that's okay. Just push it back down. Got a couple more wing bars. And we can't forget the tail and his horns. You could pre-cut these if you wanted to. And it might keep you from being so sticky. Okay, got one more here. I like foil art. Foil art is really a pretty cool idea. If you didn't want to have a dragon on your shield, you could always find something else medieval-like. You could make a castle. Let me see if I can just cut a couple little pieces here. Some of you might be creative enough to do a princess. That would be cool. Or maybe one that's flying, a dragon that's flying. But the main idea here is to get that yarn so that it sticks up, so that you have ridges then to color in. So let's make a horn. They look more like floppy ears, but that's all right. It's hard to make a point when it comes to yarn. And we still have the rest of his tail over here. So we're gonna wiggle this yarn over into the glue and trim it off. And there's the rest of his tail. All right, I think it's all stuck down pretty well. Now, the next step is to get the foil. The heavier duty foil works a lot better, boys and girls. If you have just some cheap foil, when you're coloring on it, you will make holes. You'll poke through it, and we don't want you to ruin your picture. So the best way to do this is just to pull out a big piece of foil and then lay your shield on top and then cut around it. Now you do want some of the color to show, so you'll have to, after you've cut out your shape, you're going to have to trim it again so that the blue or the green or whatever color your shield is will still show. So I've already pre-cut my foil, and we're just going to lay it on top. Do you see what I mean here, boys and girls, where you still have some of that blue showing, or whatever color it is? You need a lot of glue for this next step. So you're going to just take your glue, and I'm just going to make some lines all the way around the shield. Just keep pressing into your glue bottle, and you want enough glue so that the foil will stick to your shield and to the yarn and to the dragon. Okay, I think that's enough. And remember, you don't want big globs of glue. You don't want big bumps on it. You want it to be able to lay down pretty flat. Alright, so we're going to take our foil and lay it down. Just sort of pat it gently, get it where you want it, and get it centered. Then you get to try to figure out where that dragon was. You girls, boys and girls, do you see the wings starting to shape right there? Okay, here's his body. And remember, don't press down too hard, as you don't want to break it through. That was the tail. If you can remember what the picture looks like, it makes it easier too. So you want to press all those pieces down. Where is his head and his horns? I think his head's right there. Oh, there's his neck starting to show. Okay, the fatter yarn you use, the easier it is going to be able to see your dragon. Okay. Now the next step is you need to have a Sharpie. Okay, make sure you use the Sharpie and not regular watercolor markers, because it will not stay on the foil. Okay, I'm a little confused as to where his wing is here. Alright, so I'm just going to sort of trace this piece of the wing and color it in. And I'm going to skip a piece and color up another one. And this other one down here. Okay, I'm going to alternate colors. I'm going to color the other pieces of his wing green. Sharpies on foil look so pretty. I just love the way they glow. All right, I think here's his head and his neck, and here's the other little part of his wing. So I'm going to alternate colors. Go like this, and I think there's a little piece there. And go back with the purple. It's almost like stained glass. What color should his body be today? I'm going to go ahead and color him orange. So I'm just going to find that yarn. Oh, there's his toe. Go down here. You can sort of follow right along his body, and then just color it in. And if you want to make him two-toned, you can make him two-toned. I would love to be able to see your dragons. It's not going to look exactly like your picture, but it's good enough. I think it's a cool craft to make. Okay, and then his two little ears, little horns, are up there. Now you are going to want to put a face on him somehow. So you might want to draw a little smile. That marker's not working. Let's find something else that's a little darker. I'll use this one. Oh, he's going to have a blue smile, and we're going to make him have an eye. And actually, I think there's some more wing right there. Let's attach the wing to the back of his body there. Cool. Is there another piece right there? There is. That's green. Alright, so as you can see, sometimes it takes a little doing to try to figure it out. If you want to do some decoration, you can make some fire coming out of his mouth. You could put clouds in the sky. You can also outline him and go to where all of the little pieces of yarn were. You could maybe even make some toes. You could draw those scales in right there that we didn't put the yarn on. And then doing the wings. It just looks so much prettier when you use lots of different colors and you outline all of it. Isn't that cool? Now, one thing that I always tell my students is don't let your picture, whenever you draw or color something, don't let it look like it's just flying in the sky, unless that's what it's meant to do. But obviously, he's sitting. So we need to draw some grass. Okay, and then you could put a tree, you could put birds, clouds, whatever. But give him something to sit on. Don't just let him be hanging there. Now, the very last step is for you to be able to hold it up. Now, on the one I had made before, I made this kind of handle. If you use this kind of handle, you're going to need to grab your shield and walk around with it that way. Today, I think I'm going to put my shield handle going this way. So you're going to take your long piece of construction paper and just make some little tabs on either end. And you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of glue, because if you're going to play with this, you're going to want it not to fall apart on you. So you're going to take your glue there and you're going to turn it over, and we'll lay our handle this way. Now you'll be able just to put your arm in it once it dries and to be able to hold it up. Okay, so you can do a handle either way you want. So, boys and girls, this was our foil dragon shield today. If you all make one at home, would you please post it in the comments so that we can see your dragons? I'd love to see what colors you make. Well, boys and girls, this has been the Crafty Corner, and I will see you again next Wednesday at 2 o'clock for another craft here at the Fayette County Library with Miss Lisa. Bye now.